I got a bug. Oh, what?
Sorry, what were you saying?
What'd you do? You opened that too early. I was about to start the podcast.
I was thirsty. So let's cool it, okay? Let's not start the podcast with drama again.
Okay. Let's just do a little, can we do a little cleanse of the palate here?
See, I don't like that. I want to start drama. Gus, I want to start drama so bad.
Who do you want to start drama with?
You.
What did I do? I'm not an adversary.
I'm just annoyed.
At me?
I'm trying to pick something. I'm racking my brain.
Choose something to criticize about me right now.
Hat.
Why? About it?
Sprite. For our audio listeners, Gus has a Sprite hat on. That's how I picture some people, though. You know those people that just like kind of cause issue all the time in certain friend groups, and you're like, what? We can say it. Sven's the one.
Yeah, man. Thor is smooth sailing, but Sven, I can't even deal with that freaking guy, man.
Also Tony, but that's more because he beats the shit out of all of us.
Tony is one of the most violent lads I ever met. So, ka-chow.
It was a clean crack you had there.
I was a commercial crack.
Very...
I will say I'm good at commercial cracks. I'm good at commercial Pringles bites. That's hard to say for me, I guess.
Is also a commercial crack. Those, you know what?
You get it. Get in there.
I was gonna say those awful Carl's Jr. ads.
Oh, which ones?
The bikini ones.
Oh, with the girls on them and stuff.
Yeah. What happened there?
I don't know.
What was going on? The fucking 2000s, man. What was going on?
They were just like, you know what's gonna sell some burgers is some tits. All right, you know what they like.
And it'd be like Super Bowl Sunday. It's like every kid in America's watching, and they're like, do you like beef and boobs? It's just like, okay, guys, fuck.
Beef, balls, boobs, boys. Show up to Carl's Jr. now.
See, if they had added some balls.
The balls would
If
been
they
good.
added some ball shots, then I wouldn't be as creeped out.
I would like a competing one to do that. If like Chipotle just started having scrotums in their ads or something like that, I would get some guac so quick.
You know what is very a different time from when we were younger?
What?
I still don't understand how Janet Jackson got like blacklisted after the whole Super Bowl thing.
What was the deal with that?
It was a humiliating thing that happened to her. For people that don't know or don't remember, do people think that's fake, or is it? I actually don't know what the consensus is. It was real, right?
I actually don't know now.
But Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson were performing at the Super Bowl. I was watching as a child. I don't know if you remember watching as a child, Gus. And in the dance move, there was a wardrobe malfunction, and there was a loose boob. And for some reason, her career suffered from it? Like, I don't understand.
Makes no sense. Also, and I will send this picture to Tony right now, but the Wikipedia image for the Janet Jackson, it's called Super Bowl XXXVIII halftime show controversy.
I thought you were saying it was called, the controversy had XXX in it, and I was like, this is a little immature.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
The sexy ball, more like it. This is the official photo. Look at Justin, just looks so fucking coked out.
See, dude, you see that, and you're like, so Justin Timberlake's the Trolls guy, and she got blacklisted?
Yeah.
And he's the one that did it?
He got to make 2 Trolls movies, and she didn't get to make a single Trolls movie, dude.
Also, you know what hit me? I thought this was so funny a couple of nights ago.
What's that?
So Chrissy and I were just like, end of the night, just hanging out and getting ready for bed, and I just was like, hey, you know what album I liked when it came out?
What's that?
And I just gave the first thought to it and realized I hate that album.
Huh.
The fucking 2020 Experience by Justin Timberlake.
Really? Expound.
I just feel like, as long as I've got my suit and tie, you fucking nerd. And I thought that was cool at the time. Fuck you. I just don't like it.
He's got double vision. He's in the future, though, Eddie.
It's just, I'm not saying it's an awful... Well, one, your songs are 8 minutes.
Fuck you. I was going to say as soon as you got done. What the fuck is that shit?
8-minute songs where the second half isn't even a song. It was just like a loop of a beat that it's 8 seconds, and then you'd be like, we'll hold them for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's like, he got the track done. He's like, hey, I got some GarageBand tracks I've been working on. I just learned how to quantize some stuff. So I got... Yeah, like fucking a good example of that is Push Your Love Girl. You know that song?
Yeah.
That's a great song. And then it just, at the end, it just goes like, for like 4 minutes.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck you. Justin, wrap it up.
Wrap it up, Justin.
They had a deluxe version of it, too, and it was just like, we need more of this stuff right now.
I don't know why. I think I hate Justin Timberlake now.
I'd kick his ass.
I just think I don't like that guy.
Do you think he's a douchebag? I don't know if there's any. I don't know any Justin being a douchebag stories at all.
No, I don't know about personally to people. I just don't like the whole vibe.
Yeah, he's too cheeky.
Well, also there's that whole like I think weird Britney stuff from that era.
There's gotta be some shit.
Being. I just don't trust the man. Much more like Bustin' Tumble Lake. Help me out.
Busty tumbleweed, dude. Oh, you know what I just saw today, though? Speaking of the old Justins and the old scandal. Yeah, this is an Access Hollywood podcast now. Fuck you, get used to it. Sven showed me a video of, you might have seen this, Justin Bieber when he was way younger saying the N-word.
Oh, that you're talking about that awful parody song that he did, right?
Was that a thing, or?
Not like an official release.
Oh, where he was
singing
it, yes.
a horrible thing.
It was like,
He also was, I think, a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, that's what I was like. But I was just like, that. I am very glad that footage. First of all, I'd never said that word.
Can you imagine if he was that age now and that footage came out? Oh my God.
Nope.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
There was that sleeper shit where it's like, how the fuck did we not all know about that?
I didn't know it until I saw it today.
What the fuck's going on?
I don't know. What are people doing?
I mean that in general, even in the apartment today. What's going on? I'm confused.
Dude, you guys don't even know. This is a big boy day. We're doing work. We're getting shit done, dude. We're flying, man.
Yeah. Because I know you were streaming too. Mm-hmm. You and Sven were streaming Lego Star Wars. I was streaming some of the video game announcement stuff. It has been finishing my personal video, which by this point has already been out for a while. So hopefully you guys like the UFO one, unless it gets copyright claimed to oblivion. Then we both streamed, and then it's the podcast, and I'm currently packing to leave tonight for Chicago because Chrissy and I are going back for her for the weekend and me for a while. Dude, I'm just like, this is the first time I've like sat for like 10 minutes in the last 2.5 days. It's like, but we're busy boys. That's the thing.
We're busy little buzzy boys, dude. Do you find yourself... obviously, when it's stressful, it sucks. But when shit is happening, do you like that, or do you want to be like, I want stuff to spike sometimes and then be down?
So I love one project kind of coming down to the wire. I love that because that's where I work the best. Mm-hmm. But I also really, really need to set aside multiple times a week to just kind of decompress and relax. And when we've had as much as we had the last like week and a half. Oh, also, hopefully you guys like the Andy episode. Fuck you. Yeah. We don't know either. We don't know what happened. But with that, like that was part of this kind of week of like a ton of stuff. I get so overwhelmed when there's too much stuff like that. I just need to like go in a dark room and be like, nobody speak to me for a while.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like I can't. I want to have my cake and eat it too with some of that shit. You know, where today I'm feeling fantastic because I woke up and I'm just feeling really good today. I've been having fucking headaches like nuts lately, and I think it's caffeine shit again. And I haven't had a drop today, and I feel fucking great.
Have you been drinking coffee again?
I've been drinking coffee. I've been drinking that Mio energy shit. I've been drinking like the bubbly bounce crap. I'm just having too much caffeine. You know?
Is there a different bubbly, or is the regular bubbly have caffeine in it?
There is a different bubbly. It's called Bubbly Bounce, which is fun to say.
I just realized you showed me like a couple of days ago too, and I asked about it. Shit. But yeah, no, you're saying with the headaches, so you think it's with that?
So I think it's with that. So I didn't have any of that today, so I'm feeling good right now, and I got a bunch of stuff done, and it was really nice coming over here because we, like you said, we just hopped off. Sven and I are streaming Lego Star Wars. Fucking first game we ever played when we were kids. We're sharing the keyboard all cramped up, old school style. And, I got some shit shot, and I just was throwing on some 50s on 5, cruising over here with the windows down. I was like, it feels good. I feel like I'm back.
That's the thing is, I think it's actually hitting me in the last, 5 minutes of us recording, where I'm actually starting to be like, okay, video's done, podcast stuff is pretty much done. I loved, especially this, if you and I have something with the podcast, I'm ever going podcast. It's only putting the setup. It's never this. This is the easiest fucking part of, I feel like, our jobs.
Just
speaking. And now I'm starting to decompress and be like, okay, all I gotta do today, finish a little packing and just sit on a plane.
Not bad.
I had a micro thing, and I get it. Sometimes I see comments where people will be like, I think, I saw somebody go like, LOL, like Eddie holds grudges sometime. I hold fun curb grudges. I don't hold real. I think we both do that, right?
Yeah.
Where I'll remember something stupid that made me mad from 4 years ago. because I partially want to turn it into a bit at some time. That's why I
Yeah.
log it away so much. And also, it's like, I feel like it's learning, okay, that's something that I didn't like, so don't do that to somebody else. It's
Yeah.
always that knowledge. So this is a small one, but today I call, and Chrissy and I have this weird travel thing where we're leaving tonight, and because of the time change, I land very early in the morning. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to pay for the previous night's hotel room. Hopefully we can just check in early. Their check-in is at 4, so I can't. I called them and was like, hey, I want to add, so sorry, really quick, guys, scheduling. Current trip, Friday to Monday. I go, hey, I want to add Thursday. They say no problem. And then she repeats it back to me and goes, and so it's then it'll be Thursday to Sunday. And I go, I thought it was to Monday. I thought I was checking out Monday. And she goes, nope, it says Sunday right here. And I go, oh, okay. Let me just check, because I was like, did I forget when Chrissy was actually leaving? Because that's when I'm going back to my family house and checking out of the hotel.
Yeah.
And I text her. She goes, no, it should be Monday. We both booked it. It was fine. And to the woman, I go, okay, then I guess I'd like to add a second day then, where I was like, this costs way fucking more than I thought it would then. She goes, okay, I'll just add that on for you right there, and then you're good. And I hang up the phone, and I'm never the person in the moment to really extra 3 times go like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
But I will check, and then I will call back.
Yep.
I checked. It was Monday. So I call and I go, hey, it's me from just a moment ago. It says right here on my Expedia that I'm checking out Monday. She goes, yep, that's right. And I go, okay, I just wanted to make sure I was checking out Monday morning and not Sunday. And she goes, yep, that's correct. And I go, so we're only adding 1 day, not 2? She goes, yeah. And it was like, what conversation did we just have?
Did not happen.
What just happened?
It already reset, Eddie.
Those bother me for the rest of the day, because I'm like, if it was a small mistake, that's fine. But am I going crazy? What's going on here? No grudge, though. Peace and love to her.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Man, you know what I think about sometimes is like when it comes to like curb type grudge shit. I think that I probably like I'm pretty amicable a lot of the time, and I think that if you're around me, especially if you briefly interact with me, I'd like to think I'm pretty lovely. But I'm so fucking neurotic, though. You know, like I cannot. I wish that I could, in my own brain, for my own sanity and sake, that I could let certain shit go when it comes to like dumb social faux pas stuff that other people do.
Yeah.
But part of me, this is wrong, so I suck in saying this. But part of me is like full Telltale Walking Dead shit. If somebody does some dumb stuff, it'll be like, Gus will remember that. Like, your brain resulted in that outcome that time. What else is there?
The only time I unfortunately remember it is if somebody's being blatantly like rude or inconsiderate, and then I'm like, well, what the hell, you know? I don't know. Especially, I always find the ones that happen in public like more fun to remember. Where I'm like, got a little story now.
That's a good one.
Got a little thing to complain about.
Little gift from God.
It's fun. It's fun a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Especially with customer service stuff. Like you remember, and I told you on the podcast in July when I flew back, and I got pretty much yelled at by an American Airlines employee because my ticket said Eddie and my license said Edward.
Yeah.
And he was so mad at me. And then I just showed it to the next guy, and he let me through, and it was fine. Where I like those where I leave it and I go, Once my little bit of anger wears off, I can just talk about this when someone goes, how's your flight? And I go, ooh, boy, I got something for you.
The Popeye arms is coming out.
I want to check and make sure that this is true. I saw a tweet that said Popeye is 34.
What?
Let me confirm, because that is the oldest 34-year-old man that's ever. Okay, Popeye age. This says 40. The thing is, his face says 70. His body says, well, first, doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because he's got no biceps and the biggest forearms fucking tanks in the world. Popeye is, you know what? He's a 40 for his time.
Yeah.
A sailor of that time. and just the world is just beating the shit out of that guy.
He's been working the docks, just showing up for I don't remember what it's called, but when you show up and you're just like, do they have a job for me today? It's the Great Depression. If not, I got to go home and Cinderella Man box my way to victory, you know, that kind of stuff.
There you go.
You know, he was down at those docks since he was 8. He's probably been smoking since he's 4, you know.
He's not even working at the docks. He's working at the wharf.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's working at the I remember still wharf being on a spelling packet for me and being like, this is an interesting word. You know, wharf.
You know what word always trips me out when I think about it too much?
What?
People.
Yeah.
People. People.
Weird one. Especially people. Okay, now you fucked me up. But I was going to say wharf sounds like a dog about to throw up. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm glad we're getting to record. Because of all the hectic shit. This is like what, our 3rd episode in like a couple of days.
Yeah.
How we get Andy, huh?
How the fuck did we do that? Can we talk about Andy for a little bit?
Andy was fucking lovely, dude.
Lovely.
I'm sure both of us get not annoyed. I was about to say nervous for episodes like that, but not for the host. I'm always like, okay, I gotta make sure I'm not annoying to Andy Richter and it's recorded. Like, imagine, for everyone listening, imagine meeting someone, and this is with the YouTube guest too, that you like and you haven't met yet, and then imagine your first hour of knowing them is recorded.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're a little nervous, but I think we did a good job. I think we let Andy speak most of the time because I just wanted to fucking hear what he had to say, dude.
That's just it. And that's the thing too, is it's like I was nervous for the Andy episode, and we've talked about this and I've thought about this, and I will get nervous to meet with and talk to people not based on their stature, but just my opinion of them.
Like,
you know?
what, like your previous, like how much you like. If we have a YouTube person that we really love, I'm like, oh, I want them to like me because I know them and I like them. You
exactly. Know? Like if we had like Angelina Jolie on, we won't. But if we had it on, I wouldn't even break a sweat because it's like obviously she is extremely accomplished. I know almost nothing about her, and she's one of the most famous people in the world. But it's just like, okay, well I don't really know. You know, she's an actress, right. Cool. But with Andy, it's like, I've seen the work he does. Yeah. I respect the shit out of him. We grew up on
the work he does.
We grew up on him. I have so much respect for him. Like the comedy that he's created and put into the world has really resonated with us and shit. So for those reasons, I'm nervous because I think that he's such a high caliber individual.
Yeah, we both had moments. We talked about it after where I think you know, being anxious or nervous for things is a really weird game, because even if you're equally as anxious with somebody, it'll come in different waves, you know?
Yeah.
Like in different times, where I found myself right before he came here being like, I feel fine. And then we both talked about it separate moments during the podcast. I had this, and I know you did too, where we were like 5 minutes in and my brain was like, bro, that's Andy across the table. And it was like, freak out. And I was like, hold it in. We're all good.
I was sitting, I'd never thought about my eye contact as much, but when I'm sitting right here and he's right here, I'm like, I don't know if I should, you know, be like.
Yeah. Maybe one of these. Maybe have your feet like up over here, you know.
Should have done that, man.
But I think we deserve a podcast award for getting Andy to do the Mort voice. We
didn't even ask him. He just did it.
He just did it. And I feel like, for our like generation, we deserve a thank you.
Yeah.
For getting Andy to do the Mort voice live on camera.
We gave you a meme. We didn't have to do that.
We didn't have to do that for you.
You had to go make your own Mort voice. I used to walk uphill both ways to school to go do my own Mort voice, and we just fucking gave it to you, idiots.
I had to walk. Do you know how much it snowed today?
Why don't we have the buses? That was pretty great. I wonder how much they had to pitch him up. I was going to ask about that, but it sounded pretty
That's the
close.
thing. I don't think it was edited. Maybe a slight pitch. I was going to ask him, and then for people who didn't listen to the episode, Andy Richter is also the voice of Mort from Madagascar, and he did the voice. You should go watch it. But yeah, no, I was under the impression that they would edit it at least, and I was going to follow up with us asking about Mort about that.
Yeah.
And then he did it, and I was like, let's just leave it there. We got fucking gold right here.
Yeah, just don't touch it. We got the Mort moment.
I still feel like whenever we have a guest, no matter like what they do, I'm always just like, so nice of them to be here. They don't have to be on a fucking podcast.
Yeah, man.
Everyone who comes on this show, it's like they didn't have to do that.
Yeah, I don't, because I think it's good that our mindset is that, because, you know, like we have like every week there's a few 100,000 people at least that watch this shit. So it's
Right.
like this is like we do bring something to the table, but I don't think of it like that. I always
Yeah.
think of it of like me and my friend Eddie go sit in the old kitchen and just talk and shit.
Well, because
know?
also we're not one of those like. I think there's a great group of people that listen to the podcast that will probably like somebody more if they kind of like vibe with us, you know. But like we're not unfortunately for mentioning it, like a Rogan or like a popular talk show where it's like that's the spot or Rogan, 2 years ago. But to be like put on, that's not one where it's like, oh shit, they're going on that thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like I feel like in a good sense, this is almost like kind of an undergroundy feel to it.
I think what's nice about our podcast, and I think people would agree too, is that I don't think the Gus and Eddy podcast will ever be the number one show. But as other number ones rise and fall, we're always there. We never
always
go
there.
anywhere. And that's what I like. I like being there.
I love that. This is so great because it's like I have these huge ambitions in so many like different areas that I want to do, and I feel like showing up to this is not a burden. We just show up and we do it, and I don't feel like it's like. I mean, Eddie and I every week are not sitting down and like, we got to strategize. What's the next play? What's the next move? It's just like, oh, that'd be funny. You want to do that?
Yeah. In fact, guest-wise, we're almost doing the opposite of that, where we're most of the time we're going, oh shit, who can we get together? But what was I gonna say as well with it? Oh yeah, and even as we get like some cool guests on, like like a T-Pain or an Andy, the kind of like real big guests. I just like it's not our format of the show to like fucking get some gotchas or be the main stage for something. It's just like, hey, you want to come on and chill with us? You want to come over and hang out?
Yeah.
We're not the popular kids, but we're fun to hang out with.
That's true.
That's us.
We are the band kids that are only doing band for one semester to just get an elective. So we're not hardcore or whatever. We're off to the side. We're just saying, come on over here. Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh.
What do you think about those versions of us in this analogy being named Doosh and Dangle?
Okay. I like that. I had to think about it.
You had to think about it. Who's Doosh, who's Dangle?
Well, I don't want to be Doosh.
I don't want to be Doosh either. How about both of us are Dangle?
Okay, we're a couple of Dangles. I will fight you over this Dangle right now.
I was wondering as well too. Like, it's just I'm so glad to be back here and being recording again. And I was wondering how people's responses were. I mean, you can see it even in the numbers, but I keep seeing people just go like, I'm just so glad the boys are back. It's like, me fucking too,
Yeah, man. This is fucking rad as hell.
And I really hope we get those vaccines out to everyone so everyone can be as lucky as these fellas right here. And also, if you're in the U.S., get vaccinated.
I don't know why you wouldn't do that.
If you haven't been by now and you're still gonna,
Bruh.
You better have a good doctor's note for something.
We're in the area right now where you're not fully ostracized from being smart, but you're in that gray area of like, okay, it do be pretty available to tons of people right now.
Unless you have some kind of reason like, oh, I was somewhere where I couldn't be. I was out in the woods for months. Go get it now if you're gonna.
We have so many fucking... Joey Biden came in and got them there, practically sell them in the woods. So you are running out of excuses. Go get that.
Joey Biden came in here and vaccinated us both. And we said, no, we already had a Moderna. And he said, come here.
He's like, come here, Cracker Jack. I'll give you one of these Jesus juices.
We've never seen science like this before.
That's a good Joe impression.
Fucking slams it in my arm. He gave me Moderna acupuncture.
Joey came in here and he said, here, come here, look, I did it on my own arm. I'm going to squeeze it like this, and then you'll be fine. And then after he let go, there was just a bruise in the shape of a handprint on his arm. Oh, it's been doing that. Dude, I think Major might have bit me.
You ever just think about him falling up those stairs a couple of months ago, or maybe a month ago now?
It was such a consistent fall.
Yeah, it was. If you don't know what we're talking about, Joe Biden fell up. He fell up the stairs at Air Force One, which I shouldn't be laughing at. One day we're gonna be elderly, but he just kept committing to like, nope, I'm gonna climb, and it's like, give yourself a moment, Joe.
Just hold, Joe. My main man Bernie would have been cartwheeling up those fucking stairs.
Bernie would have gone to the top, pulled out a skateboard, grinded down, and then walked back up.
They told me to not do this, but I'm gonna do it. He just fucking shreds the gnar.
Ever seen a kickflip? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just today is just a good vibe. I don't know. I'm decompressing now. That's why my brain's a little Dumbo mode. But I'm just happy.
I'm in there too.
You know what I've been fucking with a lot?
What?
I did a VR thing you're gonna like a lot.
Ooh.
And I just want to give it out to everyone because it was really cool. It's not a finished game. It's more of an experience that is on its way to being a game. It's called Lo-Fi. It is pretty much just Blade Runner VR, and it's just like fly the ship around a Blade Runner city, go into the Blade Runner police station and grab your gun and go to like this specific, because it's like in development, go to this specific area, and now you're on a Blade Runner street, and there's like a couple, all the buildings are empty, and there's no like NPCs really. They're all like robots. Atmosphere was fantastic. It was fucking cool. It's called Lo-Fi.
Did you put on some of the music from Dennis? What's his name? Denny?
I don't know how to say his last name. I believe it's can you get the pronunciation?
Venice Dennis.
I
think it's Venice Dennis.
He's one of my favorite directors, and I still can't get his fucking name right because I'm dumb.
I was thinking of that's Dennis Villeneuve or whatever.
Oh, that's what I thought you were talking about.
I was talking about the guy that did all the synth music.
Oh yeah, what the fuck is his name?
It's like Vednes.
Sounded like you were saying a fucking Kingdom Hearts villain.
Here, I'll do it. Who did the music for Blade Runner?
I know this too.
It's right here.
Blade Runner's music was composed by Vangelis.
Yeah, that's Vangelis. Yeah.
Venice Dennis is close.
Venice Dennis. No, I actually put on the Tron Legacy soundtrack. That's what I was kind of fucking with for a while.
So
shit.
It wasn't a canonical experience then that you experienced.
I guess not, but Lo-Fi also isn't technically Blade Runner, so...
Well, I guess then I'm not technically disappointed, but I am, though, so...
We're going to have to really have a talk about this post-podcast. When we stop rolling, the screaming starts.
Tony comes in wailing already, dude. There's this kid in my high school named Jacob, and he used to come and punch people like this. It was
the best move.
It was a joke, of course.
It's the best move.
And it would make me laugh every time. He'd say windmill punch.
Well, when Tony and I would be fighting as a kid, if either of us got backed up into a corner, we would do that and just start walking and kicking. Because as a kid, what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
You got punches coming, you got kicks coming, you got to save something. Your shins, your arms, you know what to do.
Can I tell you about a time that my brain stalled out with another kid whose brain that was stalling out? Has to do with kicking. So that's the tie over. So one time I was in an after-school guitar class, and I was probably in about 5th grade or so, and there was a kid that was about a grade or two below me, and I don't remember what it was, but you know, again, when you're a kid, if a kid is a little bit stranger or something or behaves differently, you don't have the wherewithal to be like, is there something going on here? You know, like
kid brain. I wish I could go back to my kid brain and be like, hey man, if something's odd, like you're not developed enough yet.
Yeah,
even.
And people are different. And everybody's got their different backgrounds and stuff. But there was this kid who he rode my bus and stuff, and like we were normally like chill and stuff, but we were in this after school guitar class, and I'm telling you right now, this is important. Definitely did not have he was not disabled at all. So this is not like a kid that obviously had a developmental disability. This was just a guy that was kind of quieter, but we talked on the bus and stuff. Uh-huh. And he just kicked me one time. And it wasn't like out of malice.
Wasn't like a hey dude. Wait, so was it a hey dude?
It was just sort of like he almost was like nervously, he was in a corner and he just kicked me. And it didn't really hurt, but it was so just like, what the fuck? Uh-huh. And I just kicked him back like really hard, like, don't do that. And he and I could tell it kind of hurt him, but he went like, and he kicked me again. And I fucking kicked him hard, and I said, stop, don't kick me. And he kicked me again, and I probably had 5 of the back and forth until I kicked him like 3 times, like, stop it. And it was just kicking him in the leg. Uh-huh. We were just standing there. We didn't fight. But I was always just like, what the fuck was that shit? And also, why was I so stupid to be like, I need to kick him back? But it was just like, I laid out the one row, said, don't kick me.
It's
again.
One of those confusing kid moments where you're like, I think I should stand up for myself, but I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. What's this all about?
You know what that just reminded me of? Because I took a music class in junior high, but it was like one of those, I think it was like a semester I had to do, and it was like kind of guitar lessons. Mm-hmm. And I just remember, in such an odd way, the teacher for it said that she was allergic to any type of scent from a perfume or lotion. She didn't say specifically anything, but maybe she was saying that because kids are dumb and they'll bring stuff. But she didn't say like, hey guys, by the way, she said it day one in an angry, yelling way.
Oh no.
We had just met her. She's like, do not bring lotion or perfume. And it was like, Hey,
Okay.
okay, no, that's cool. Like,
What if I'm cracking? What if I need to
it's like, I'm sorry, it's winter, it's dry skin, I'm crackling a little bit.
get some Jergens on me here?
But yeah, I don't know. There are those things where you just, for some reason, it just sticks with me. Where I go like, oh, I would have said yes.
Yeah, okay.
But also, you gotta yell at kids because they're dumb.
They are
Middle
fucking
school
stupid.
kids, I'd probably yell too.
You know what? Two things. First of all, I got to say, for my after-school guitar class thing, I'll just say I was taught by this dude. He lives in my town. This guy named Nick. He's fucking cool as hell. Like, that is a guy who absolutely was instrumental in, like, my musical development. Me and my buddy Joe would...
Fun word, instrumental to use there.
Bang, baby, let's go, baby. But he would come in, and I remember at the time I'd feel bad because it was this after-school guitar class, and pretty much every other kid would just fuck around to the point where it was a problem. Like, it was distracting, and I could see that he was getting bothered and shit, and would be like, guys, come on. And, like, I was young, but I could recognize, like, this guy doesn't have to be here. He's giving his fucking time, and everyone's fucking around and stuff. But I love this Nick dude. And I remember the first song he tells us, he's like, here, you guys, it's the first day here. I'm going to teach you how to play a simple song. It's called Jailbreak. You ready for this? Here's how you do it. And he goes and he just takes his thumbnail and goes to the low E string on the guitar and rubs it back and forth so it sounds like, you know, like someone's sawing out, and he goes, there, Jailbreak. Now you know it.
That's fun.
I fucking love that shit.
Because he kind of gives you immediately like a bit to do
Yeah.
too. You know, if you're learning guitar stuff, that's awesome.
Nick was the bomb.
uh,
Did you have something?
I was just gonna say, a guy named Nick in town that teaches kids how to play guitar just sounds like the coolest guy.
He's a cool guy.
That sounds like the coolest guy.
He still jams and stuff. He's got a good old garage band.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking cool. I'll say it right now. And then I had a second thing about that stinky ass lotion teacher.
What about it?
So I don't know if I told you about this. There's your bingo square, but I think that it was probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I was just chilling at home, and it was about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and somebody came up and knocked at the door, and I was like, okay. So I popped the mask on, I opened it up, and I guess it was my neighbor that lives like over a wall behind me. And the neighbor, this is a zero hate towards the neighbor situation, but they were extremely apologetic, and it was probably a dude in his like 40s or whatever, and goes like, hey, I am so sorry, but I have like a sensitivity to like scents and like certain oils and detergents and stuff. Are you burning something or doing laundry? Because I'm out back right now and I am just on fire. And I was just like,
Doing laundry.
Yeah, and I was immediately too, and I hadn't done laundry in like 3 days at that point too. And I immediately met him with like the kindness, because I wasn't gonna be like, fucking no.
Yeah, he's got a condition.
I said, thank you so much for coming over. I'm so sorry to hear that though, but I was like, we're definitely not doing laundry. Haven't done it for days. I didn't even have a fire pit yet, and I was just like, no, I haven't been burning anything, so I'm sorry to hear that. But and I felt bad, and I don't blame him, but he like tripled down and was just like, are you sure no one's like doing laundry?
Because he's trying to find the source to his skin on fire.
And I was like, I promise, dude, like, no, I wouldn't. He's just like, okay, could you maybe go check? I was like,
well,
I'm not doing laundry, dude. I'm meeting you with kindness. There's nothing, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like a quadruple check. You got to maybe check another neighbor.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Keep on knocking there, guy.
We've had an interesting couple of stories where nobody's a jerk. We're just put in a confused position. I think that's what we're. And also, that got me thinking. Because I know we talk about high school and college a lot, but especially, dude, I hated middle school so much, and I keep seeing people being like, oh man, if I could go back to those good old days, like kind of not high school era, but like when things were simple, when I was like 12, 13, it's like, yeah. There's part of my brain that remembers all that simple stuff, and part of my brain remembers socially being at war every fucking day.
Yeah, dude.
Being like, no girl even looks at me. Like, I feel awful about myself. I was going through puberty, and I was starting to chub up a little bit, and I was trying to grapple with that. And it's just like, that time was fucking terrible to me. You know what's awesome? Being in your 20s, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man, it's better. It's just so much better.
I think, too, that as I'm getting into, I am technically over the hill in my 20s because I'm going to turn 26 in a month. So
that's insane to me to hear.
It's fucking weird to feel like, because I don't feel old, but I'm finding how much more I prefer being in my starting to get into my later 20s now.
It just hit me that I'm turning 25 this year.
We're almost dead, dude.
I haven't thought about that once this year because it's earlier and my birthday's November.
That's like potentially a quarter of your life if you're lucky.
Dude, no, stop. I'm not supposed to deal with these yet.
Is that a silver eyebrow I see? No,
Can you imagine if you noticed one right there?
Oh my God,
I'd be
dude.
like, fuck, dude.
Tony enhance.
And I know, I'm sure older people are listening being like, fucking 25, are you serious? But it's like, this is the first thing since 21 where I've had to think about it a little bit.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of the 25 is the last kind of big landmark thing.
My big the one thing was I remember it being some kind of weird big deal to me where Drew, when we met Drew, because Drew is, obviously a very good friend of ours. I love Drew, but I've always thought of Drew as like slightly an older kid if we were like in high school. Mm-hmm. And Drew was 24 when we met him, and when I turned 24, I was like, man, I perceive Drew as a lot older than I feel right now, and that's how everyone is then. But it's just weird. It's just a weird feeling. Yeah,
it is weird, man.
Because you were saying you're getting over the hump for like 20 stuff. But yeah,
I'm, and obviously we're coming out of a mentally tougher year and shit too. So it's not the best like litmus test of like this is kind of where my brain is at now. But really, I think about how much even like I'm still neurotic and I'm definitely a big worrywart a lot of the time and stuff, but how much more I used to be just worried about shit and just so like the problems that were in front of me about like, oh, this girl or like getting out of school and stuff. Like I feel so much happier with the brain that I have now. You know?
Yeah.
But
it's kind of it takes you a couple of years to kind of rewire your brain of going like, man, everything that I thought mattered in high school was very incorrectly told to me. And that was kind of, I think, a big thing that a lot of people latched onto this podcast for us being like, don't put all your cards in career and school. Focus on the people you care about in your life. And I know those episodes, usually people were like, man, that really resonated with me because it's just like, for real, dude, leaving high school and then like getting into this stuff, it was just like, oh my God, everyone around me who is just all in on like going to a good school and getting a good career is really not prioritizing like the really important things because it was all made up before. We were hunting in the woods when we were an earlier civilization.
That's true, and I'm hunting in the woods every fall now that COVID's done. But
that's I was thinking before where I was like, man, why am I so bad at getting back to messages? Because both of us are terrible at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, that's not a thing our brain was made for.
No.
I shouldn't feel bad. I try my best.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like if something like Alien came down, which, on the UFO video maybe, and was like, hey, here's this like inconceivable way to brain link, but you got to be good at it. Would you beat yourself up for being bad? It's a new fucking thing, dude.
No, exactly, dude. And I get that it's the norm, but I resent the fact that I have to respond to people and shit.
But then the thing is, like, we message people and they get back to us. So it's I don't know.
But that's why I like it when I message somebody and they don't message back for a while, and then they're like apologetic, which I don't expect them to be at all. But I love being the guy that comes in and being like, dude, I can't even stress enough. This is such a non-issue because I don't care about this at all.
There's no text I like more to craft than telling somebody like extra no worries.
Yep.
Like, and I think we both do that. We'll go like, hey, by the way, I could just say no worries, but for real, I needed to buy some time as well. So thank you.
Yep.
I love giving people that message. You and I do it for each other all the time, where if it's a podcast thing, I'll be like, dude, I needed an hour.
It's all good.
So we're all fine.
And it's all
just
good.
Like, I don't know. I don't know where we got off on that. Oh, yeah, the middle school thing I was thinking.
Middle school shit.
Dude, I don't know if there was a less confident time in my life than middle school.
Yeah.
I just felt, I don't know, 8th grade was just so fucking terrible. That's why I like Bo's movie about it.
Yeah, dude. God, that just felt so accurate. Just a little like human, just how they communicate with each other and shit.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sorry,
did you have something?
No, go for it.
I was going to say too, it's when we've talked a ton on the podcast about like high school and middle school problems and stuff like that. It's really interesting, and I catch myself thinking about it a lot because, I still have 2 younger siblings that are, like, Thor just graduated from high school last year, and I have a younger sister that is about 2 years younger than Thor, too. And it's weird talking to them now, and it's already weird because I got, like, a 10-year age difference between me and my sister,
right.
and I really feel as though I actually, like, I love her, and she's such a cool person, but I really feel like I have to make an effort to connect with her because we have so few just natural, like, oh, we're going to be on Discord later, or
right.
like, we're going to be playing this thing or shooting this thing. So And it's really weird as I like talk to those guys about like, problems that they might have or worries and stuff like that. Because I remember when I was that age and the stuff that older people were saying to me was trying to reassure me in a way of just invalidating what I was feeling at the time.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
No, coming in and being like, oh, well, you won't care about that later, but no help at all for the moment. You know?
And it's weird being so close to, like, I feel like I'm in limbo between, like, maybe 35 to 50-year-old relatives that were telling me that at the time, and then 15 to 18-year-old Gus. And when you're that age, you don't want to fucking hear, like, I'm having problems with my friends, or, like, with my fucking sister, like, people like the mask shit, like we come from a very fucking conservative town. You guys already know that, and I'm not getting into that and stuff. It has been extremely hard for her this year. I went back home a few weeks ago. I just gotta say, I am so fucking proud of like my sister and my brother. It was so unpopular in so many ways for them to make decisions to be safe this last year, and they absolutely fucking killed it. And when I go home and I watch, and my sister's up there and she's singing at an outdoor choir concert at the football field, and she's like one of 2 kids wearing a mask up there, dude. How hard that has to be. Can you imagine that every day in your high school shit?
Yeah, dude. I mean, because that's the thing is we had the privilege, and people know we've talked about it before, but the privilege of our jobs really took down the social interaction of that stuff. And one thing I will say, and at least for the U.S. and then for the scope of the world with the vaccines, hopefully like kind of heading toward our way out of this, for anybody who really had to like get into it socially to stay safer, like you did a good job. And I feel like there were moments where Gus and I would call each other being like, can you just be the one sane voice here? You know, like I just not the one, but like just, to vent with each other.
Yeah.
And it's just like if you really made those sacrifices, and if you're especially surrounded by people who are unsafe and they kind of clown on you for it, you did the right thing. You did it.
You will never have any, you might never see any satisfaction in or reward in the tangible sense. You don't get a trophy. You don't have an opportunity open up for you, but it is a thankless thing to have been that person for the last year. And I see you, guy. I fucking love you, dude.
And I'll say, and putting ourselves in that group as well, everyone who was safe fucking held this thing on our back and carried you motherfuckers who weren't the whole time. I didn't think it was so bad. Yeah, if it weren't for us, it would. If we were all like you, we would have been so fucked.
Oh my god, dude!
Can you imagine how hospitals would have been fucking overrun if everybody was? That's we got past that. We're carefree guys now.
We're carefree.
We passed that area. Your face doesn't look carefree. It looks like you're still stressed.
Can you tell how carefree I am, Eddie? Because now I get to go rejoin those people and hear about all the shit that they did this last year as if nothing mattered.
Hey,
so carefree.
We're carefree now.
We're carefrey now.
The muscles in your face are still really tight.
Give me a massage. Look at my pecs right now, Eddie.
So what?
I don't know if you guys got to see them, so.
What was the plan there?
To have them see my pecs, I thought I was really fucking clear about that.
How about we get into some
mail?
Did you pick out any questions? Because I didn't.
I pulled like 7 of them from the Richter episode, and we got to one of them because Andy was in our fucking table here, so I got some of those.
Oh, cool. Then we'll just give it some of those too.
All right. Here's some mail.
There's some mail. Let's see it.
Alrighty, I'm gonna get my knife here.
Also, how about not last? I mean, it was last week for us, but not for everyone. It was 2 weeks ago. How about that fucking brick wall? That big old slab of wood we got.
Some good shit.
Also, just an update for everyone. Next week, because of our travel stuff, we won't be uploading on Monday. We'll be shooting the episode and releasing it probably around like Thursday or Friday, and then we'll be back to the regular schedule. Just with stocking up podcast, things got a little weird, and so we'll be recording one right after we get back.
Oh, baby.
What's going on?
Thanks for being cool with that, by the way, guys. It's wonderful to be able to go see our family again. So, I know what this is right now.
Okay. Wait, you do?
Yes, and their name isn't on here, but I gotta say this is from Mackie.
Okay.
Told me in my Twitch chat.
Okay.
And Mackie sent us a fucking icy machine.
Yo!
It's an icy machine. Let's
Gus!
go, dude.
Oh my god.
Dude. Oh, it's a hot summer's day and you need to cool down. What better way to do that than just pouring out a glass of icy R/you from your very own machine in your own home. The perfect solution. Delicious.
Gus, for parties.
Bro, it fucking makes ices.
For parties.
Dude.
You just fucking set it up.
Mackie, this was a big brain move, and I appreciate that. Thank you for your generosity. This will be very well utilized.
Oh my God, what a fucking wow.
Dude, look at all the flavors in here. Makes a half gallon of slushy in minutes?
In minutes? Wait, we don't want to do an ad for them though, but we're excited about it.
I'm excited.
Icy won't. Gus still can't. I can't get verified. Gus can't get an Icy ad. I think the funny thing about that is that getting verified seems much harder, and the fact that you couldn't, while verified, can't get an Icy ad is the funniest thing in the world to me. Because this was what, a meme 2 years ago for us?
Probably 3.5. It's like how often do you as a brand, let alone an extremely underrepresented social media brand, have some guy, I'm not the biggest cock of the walk, but I got more than, I don't know, how do you got fucking 2,000 followers on your Instagram shit, Icy? How do you have a guy for years going hard in the fucking paint saying this is the best, and you don't, I don't talk about it.
They don't want him.
I don't want to talk about
They don't want him.
Guys,
He's Will Smith in Fresh Prince in that one emotional scene.
That is just it.
Why don't they want me, man?
Dude, that's just... Don't. Come on, Icy. Boys, I know Gubs love Icy, so I sent y'all a machine. This is Mackie 5 million. Fuck yeah, let's go, dude.
That's fucking awesome. That's the fucking mail recently. It seems like everyone was waiting during the pandemic with their best mail and waiting to send it. And I guess that makes sense because the people who want to just send us something real dumb, they're just like, I can't do that. But then some people have really meaningful, cool gifts, especially the this machine and then the cool brick wall design we got yesterday.
I'm gonna make Mackie 5 million ices out of this fucking machine, dude.
And deliver it. It might melt by the time it gets there, but
I'll mail one to you when you guys are in Chicago. You and Chrissy want an old crispy oil icy.
You would have to express ship that today.
You could just tell me not how to manage my time. So this is from our friends Kaylee and Emily M. in Spokane, Washington.
Okay.
Ooh, Eddie, we got some... Bro, Dakota Styles. The big boy moves.
The big boy moves.
Best sunflower seeds in the game. Oh, do you want to read this little mini note?
Are those chili cheese Fritos?
The best fucking flavor of
Fritos,
Fritos,
that's what I'm
dude.
fucking talking about. Okay.
You do that and I'll open this little...
Gus and Eddy sent you guys and Tony... wait... Why is my brain breaking? This is good handwriting, but it's
I can't read
it's cursive
at all though.
Yeah. It's wood. Okay, I thought it said wave. Your handwriting is great. I'm just dumb. So sent you guys and Tony. What would Heebie-Jeebie Jesus do bracelets? What?
Oh, dude, it's what?
Wait, for real?
Yeah, dude. WWHBJBJT.
I just put this in the suitcase and bring one home for Tony. Let's put him
dude,
on.
let's go.
For people that don't know, we had a story about Heebie-Jeebie Jesus. I don't even remember the context, but we talked about having them on bracelets, and these are. What would Heebie-Jeebie Jesus do? WWHBJBJD. That's fucking
great,
amazing,
dude.
And then we're also sending snacks for Chip Cup. This is a recent package. I was talking about Chip. You know the invention Chip Cup. It's a patented craze sweeping across the nation.
You know how it is.
Put chips in a cup so you can dump it in your mouth. Don't get your fingies all dirty. Thanks for sharing y'all's journey to be healthier. It's weird to get new mail. It's inspired. Where did I lost track of where I was reading. Oh, us to get outside more often. Loved the. I'm looking at the word here. Something merch drop. Oh, spring merch drop. Eddie,
Nice.
Excited for the next one. Well, keep your eyes peeled for maybe a smaller drop in the summer, and there's one item I'm really excited about. Whatever. Thank you so much. That's from Kaylee and Emily.
That's some good shit. Boys,
What a package.
what an episode of
Mail! You love to see it. You love to hear it. The mail thing is great because I remember we were like, well, what about people that maybe don't like mail? And then we took it away for a week, and they were like, nope. And
Bring that back.
I wanted it back, too.
That's some good shit.
I think we were also raised on the watching the Smosh fan mail videos, too. And I don't think anyone satisfies that except for, like, Super Mega now.
That's true. I watched some old bad unboxing from iDubbbz too.
There you go. Oh, I forgot about Bad Unboxing.
Yeah,
but that's
dude.
done, right? That's been a series that's done for a while?
Yeah. When I went to his house a few years ago, it was the second time I went to go hang out with him, and it was probably at that point in time minimum 3 years after like he started doing that. There was just like a 6-foot mound of mail. Like almost an entire area of a room was dedicated to the fucking mail shit.
Jesus Christ.
And I don't envy that.
Yeah.
Just want to say really quickly too, if you do choose to send in mail, we don't need a bunch. We got a good amount of mail, but if your heart is really has an inkling for it, make sure you send it to Gus and Eddy, because that's also my personal PO box. And sometimes the ones that just say Gus or just say Eddy, they might not get opened on air.
Right. So you got to put Gus and Eddy podcast. Or, I mean, just Gus and Eddy for us, but for the P.O. Box. But make sure to include both of us so we know it's for that. Because there have been an occasional time where it would be like a Gus package. You open it up and it was like a podcast thing. But then we'd still show it. We would just close it back up and go, I didn't see. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
That's just it. That's how we did it.
You got a couple preguntas?
Got a couple fucking preguntas here. Got a little disagreement we didn't get to last week. I got to hit it real hard here.
Also, just for us keeping track of stuff, what time did we start? I don't remember.
We start at 4:29 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, guy.
Okay.
Mr. Clock over here, sorry.
I guess I'm not Mr. Clock. I guess I can't keep track of time as well as you can.
That's okay. Mr. Sundial.
I guess whatever. It's like you're the coolest guy in the world, and just wish that I could be Mr. Clock one day.
I'm sorry. Are you still espousing your nonsense? All right, guys, follow us on
Mr. Cock.
Don't.
I got him.
Tony, bleep that, please.
Tony, keep it in.
Tony, put the American Idol logo on his mouth so people don't see his lips, too. All right, follow us on Twitter at Eddie Burback, and I'm just going to say right now, we know how Twitter shit goes. It's slow. But at Gus Buckets, for now, hopefully, for now, more to come. That sound, I unintentionally rubbed my mustache across this pop filter and just went...
Here we go. Get ready for more heartbreak.
Yeah.
With my Twitter, maybe more to come. I just want to document every time that I'm told that it might happen.
Yep.
And we'll see.
This is our chalk marking on the wall.
This
here.
will be the second podcast mention of me being like, let's see, wink. If you get Gus Johnson and I don't get verified, I'm gonna be fucking furious.
That's
dude.
fair, dude.
I'll be happy for you, but I'll be so mad.
You should get Gus Johnson, like the Fox Sports North Gus Johnson's check mark, and I'll get his name.
Yeah, we just take everything from his account.
Let's do it. I think we could get his 3-piece suit.
I think.
What size are you? Let's get it. Anyway, follow us on Twitter at Eddie Burback and at Gus Buckets, and we'll fix your life. Also, let's see some more of these disagreements if you got them, folks.
Yeah, I love disagreements.
I missed some of those, and there have been fewer lately here.
Especially when we ask for the disagreements on Twitter, hit us with those ones where it's like, it's something that is torn you and a friend apart, not like a real argument, but one that like you guys have never settled on.
Yep.
Like, because especially sometimes there's one where somebody in your house is just doing something like clearly insane and you want us to shit on them, which is also fine and funny, especially when it's really crazy. But I want to settle those like really dumb debates. Yep. Those ones that are like drunken nights, people are kind of getting a little mad about it, you know?
The 6 out of 10 mad ones, send those fuckers in, all right? At Jake and Bakery says, and judging off this person's profile picture, I think I might have met this person at a live show. I'll just say, thanks for the support regardless. They said, disagreement. My dad always puts his clothes on the bathroom counter next to our toothbrushes. Sometimes they're dirty, sometimes they're clean. I can never tell which. I think it's gross, but he says it's no different than putting a toothbrush up there.
So, no?
No, Dad.
because that counter's for a toothbrush.
And what does he have, like, unless he has severe back problems and that's his first thing is like, I can't bend down, put in the fucking hamper or something.
Yeah, or like get a stand then if you couldn't. I mean, the thing is, you can't be like, well, toothbrush is just as dirty clothes. And it's like, but that's the thing that I'm putting in that's the one thing.
So, that thing that you put in your mouth is just as dirty as the thing that has been on my butt and balls all day.
What the fuck, dude? That would make me furious.
Come on, Dad. Get
That's
that
gross
shit off.
as hell.
Dad, look at me, Dad. Show this to your dad. Listen to your fucking kid, okay? He doesn't know everything, but he knows this one, and you're wrong in this one. He loves you still.
Also, I mean, like, dirty clothes left in the bathroom. I'm a culprit of it all the time.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
I do it all the time. On the counter, though?
Can't do it. You know what I will do? I will put a single article of clean clothing on the counter for when I get out of the shower sometimes.
Oh, that's fine. But
that's
also
different.
But once you're leaving the shower, that thing's on your body.
Exactly. And it's a clean article of clothing. I'd never put dirty shit on the counter.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the clothes that are sticking around.
Yeah.
So
Those are
even if they're
residual.
clean, Was that good?
No, even if they're residual, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like because we never had to share a bathroom here, but if we had a bigger counter and I came out and you had your clean clothes always there, I'd be like, buddy, have you heard of a dresser?
Yeah.
Or a drawer?
You can't do it.
Or a hanger? Or a hamper?
None of the above.
Those are the only places, and sometimes the bathroom floor, and sometimes your bedroom floor. Those are the only places laundry should be.
Exactly. And
Other
maybe
than the machine.
Maybe a little emergency pair in the back of your trunk in case you break down.
You keep an emergency pair of underwear in the back of your car?
No, just a shirt and some boots. I used to.
That's smart. I never thought about that.
Gets cold up north. Had to do it.
I never... Especially, but even underwear might be a good move, just in case you get very ill immediately.
That's true. Where it's like you won't need it 99.99% of the time, but if you needed it, dude, you would be like, "Thank you, previous Gus, for putting this stuff in here right now, dude."
I think I might start doing that. You got to have a whole kit in your car, things you might need.
Yeah, a little shirt kit. That's a good one. All right, here's another one here. This is one I was excited to answer, and unfortunately, Andy couldn't weigh in on this one. At Celtic046 said, if you had to remake a movie with an entirely Muppet cast, but keep one human actor, what movie and which actor do you pick? Great question.
So there's a lot of potential with this one. What about the fucking... What about McConaughey's movie Mud? But he's the only human.
Can I say, I don't think he would have noticed the difference.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, what do you...
But no, you have to do that, but you call it Mupp. That would be a good one.
I'm trying to think. I feel like Law movies are pretty funny, but then they would just... I didn't think the Muppets would make that funny. Like, Courtroom is too funny for the Muppets.
Like, you couldn't handle the truth. Waka waka. I would want something really serious. Do you think Schindler's List would be too much?
No, because I feel like the reason I didn't say that is that's the go-to one to always say sad movie.
You got to take it down to the 9 notch.
And I said no, but that was to the idea. Yes, I do think it would be way too much to do that. I don't think that would be a good idea.
So we'll workshop it. We'll workshop it. Okay.
Nope, it's canned already. It's in the trash. We already burned the files. It was never here. That suggestion was never here.
Fozzie's List. Let's go ahead and reevaluate a couple of... Tony, I'd like to request an official reel it back. Can we reel it back, Tony? Could you settle down?
Do you want to cut out, or you?
Let's keep that fucker in there. Let's keep that fucker in there. Probably. Well, Jurassic Park would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. What human would you keep?
I would keep Ian Malcolm. I keep
the dude who dies on the toilet.
Just that one guy.
He's the one guy. He's the real death.
I like that because that guy's whole purpose there is to try to find like legal issues with the park and stuff, and it's clearly run by these incapable Muppets. You know, it's like, is that a fucking shrimp? Is that a rat right there?
Dude, Jurassic Park would be great. I want Kermit to play Hammond.
Oh yeah,
with the cane and everything too. I don't know. There's a lot of fun ones. Like let's go, especially the good fun answers. I think probably any like superhero movie would be hilarious.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of like anything that even came out in the last. What if you did Godzilla vs Kong?
Oh,
but they're just big Muppets.
It's
like
big Muppets.
It's Gonzo and Fozzie, just like.
So it'd be Gonzilla and who'd be Kong? Who's close? And Kerm. It'd be Fonzilla versus Kerm.
Wait, so it's Fonzilla or Gonzilla? Wait.
It's Gonzilla.
Yeah, Gonzilla and Kerm.
And Bryan Cranston comes back, and he's the only one in there.
Dude, I'm trying to think of the one human one that would really make it. I'm trying to think of like. What if it was like Love Actually, but like one of like Hugh Grant's still there?
Oh, that
so
would be
he's
great.
Everyone, all the Muppets are falling in love. But I want pairings. I want Liam Neeson to like fall in love with Kermit.
Okay, we have to pair all the people. So Liam Neeson would fall in love with Kermit.
Does he have a pair in that movie?
I don't know. I didn't see that movie.
He's just a dad. I think I saw it for the first time this December. So we don't have to go through this movie because we both don't know enough about it.
Well, I do remember when I was really young, and I want to verify what year it came out so that I don't look like too much of a weirdo.
I think...
What year did Love Actually come out?
I think it was 2007.
I'm going to guess 05.
In the United States of America, Love Actually...
I was 03. I clicked out the
03.
thing.
Whoa, I was way late.
So I was just a little kid, but I do remember when it came out though that my parents saw it, and I walked past when they were watching it, and I saw that there was boobs in it. I think it was Laura Linney's boobs. So later I went in and I watched just the boob part because I was a horny little kid.
There's a part of Love Actually that I was like, it was so, because the movie's sweet. It's a nice Christmas movie. It's a nice rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
There is this like creepy dude who just wants to get laid. Everyone else has fallen in love.
Mm-hmm.
His whole thing is he just wants to fuck. And I'm going to tell you, and this is as far as I remember. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone don't come at me for this. And I want to tell you, this is actually in the movie. He somehow gets told, I don't remember because this was in December, that going to the U.S. would be a good idea. And that going to, I believe, Wisconsin to get laid would be a great idea. And so then he goes to what looks like a small town bar in Wisconsin. And I'm very paraphrasing. I've seen this movie once in December. And then 3 model-looking women come up to him, and he goes back and he has a threesome with these women in a Wisconsin home. And it was like, I love Wisconsin.
Oh, good moral. Good.
And it's just like, what?
That's weird.
Who the fuck wrote this?
It was probably Joshua, a very excited young 14-year-old boy.
That's what it seemed like, dude. Let me actually make sure of this plot thing. I'm going to look up. I want to make sure it was Wisconsin.
Who plays him?
Some British dude.
Oh, probably fucking Daniel Day-Lewis, dude.
Wisconsin. Yeah. So in fact, we were surprised to be reminded that Wisconsin makes a cameo. Yeah. Colin, played by Chris Marshall. This guy hooks up with 3 models.
Nope. Calling it now. Nope.
Yeah, he lacking lady skills, decides that his English accent will put him in better favor with American girls, and he flies to Wisconsin, and there are immediately 3 women that are like, we love your accent, come have sex with all of us at once.
Oh.
And it's not like a gag. That's just his part of the movie.
Okay.
And it's like,
I don't get that. That guy looks like the 5-second film guy, The Law from Video Game High School's older brother.
That's true. He does. I forgot about Video Game High School, and I especially forgot about The Law. You just said things. It was almost as if you just started speaking in an ancient language that I'd never heard before.
There you go. How many seasons of that did they do? A couple
3.
of them.
They did 3.
Good for them for getting 3 fucking seasons out of that.
I remember enjoying it to a degree when it came out. So.
I watched every episode of the first season because I was younger, and I was like, this is fucking cool as hell.
Do you think it would have performed better if it was called Video Game Bicycle?
I don't want to do this fucking podcast anymore.
Oh, man. I cracked myself up.